Hey, I'm back with another video. Real quick, just because I got her in my lap. This is Nuna. This is my other cat. She's sweet. Had her for like 5, 6 months. And yeah, she's just a little sweet something crazy. Loves to play. Loves to scream at me. But yeah, that's Luna. She's squirrely right now. I just switched her in Astro. Because I think I got into that a little bit, but I haven't made a video about it. But they don't get along, so I gotta keep them separated. And that's that. I'm working on trying to get them to integrate better, but Astro's just really aggressive for whatever reason. So I keep them separate for now and just kind of switch them on and off and make sure they both get time with me and they're not being neglected. So I don't know. It's not too bad, but it's kind of some. Oh, sorry. Jeez. I have YouTube up right now and I just scared myself. We'll close out of that. Anyways, yeah, I didn't really plan what I want this video to be about. I had a few ideas, I think, but I didn't write anything down. I kind of liked how the video went last time where I didn't write anything down and I just talked. But I do want to, in the future, get back to talking or thinking about what I want to say and writing it down and having like an outline, because it works better. And I think I say more interesting stuff, or I can like get to the root of what I'm trying to say better. But yeah, so what are we gonna talk about today? Ooh, I don't know. Something. I have coffee, I just smoked, cigarette. If you were wondering. I don't condone that. I actually want to quit soon, but yeah, maybe that's something we can talk about today. So, I used to vape. I started in like 2018, my like senior year of high school. And I started just because, I don't know, the dumbest reason. My friends around me were doing like vape tricks with like non-nicotine vapes. And I was like, that's cool, let's see if I can do it. And I found out I liked smoking. So I just started a whole rabbit hole for the past like 6.5 years now. And I ended up being pretty heavy on vaping, as I'm sure most people are, because it's just so convenient. And it got to the point where I was hitting it all the time. It was like it was like a buffer between thoughts. It was like I'd think something, vape. Think something else, vape. Breathe, vape. Breathe again, vape. Go to sleep with it, like fall asleep with the vape in my hand kind of thing. And it just got too bad. But the thing that really was the killer for me, and it has to do with finances, is, and I'm still dealing with this, but it kept getting to a point where I would like run out of vape juice, or I always bought disposables, but so I didn't really have juice, but the vape would run out of juice and I wouldn't have money to replace it, and I would just keep hitting the burnt vape. And I don't know, just like mentally, I was like, this can't be good. This can't be a good thing for me if I keep doing it like this, to the point where I don't even care if there's anything in it. I just want to hit it. I just want that, whatever I get from it, I guess that like brief relaxation. And I've wanted to quit for a while, but that was the thing where I was like, I gotta do something different if I'm not at least gonna quit. So I started smoking cigarettes, like 2 or 3 times a day, or 2 or 3 cigarettes a day. And I don't know. I think I've liked it, but I do want to quit at some point. I don't really want to do that forever, just because it's like always in the back of my mind that it's probably not good for me. But I don't know. It's kind of conflicting because it's like I don't really know how long I want to be here. Honestly, I'm not trying to live like a long life, really. The way this shit's going right now. Not to have like a sour attitude about it, but um, I don't know. This is one thing that I've been wrestling with lately, and it's like I think if you're really not enjoying life, then you shouldn't have to keep living. Like why would you want to, you know? Sure, you can try and get to that point where you enjoy it, but like why are we born into a world where we like have to fight for that, you know? Enjoyment and just contentness should just be there. I feel like it shouldn't be something you have to constantly fight for and hope you feel okay in your reality. Most of the time I don't. So I don't know. It's conflicting not to me. Like I'm solid on how I feel about it, but the rest of the world seems to disagree for the most part. And like I know there's definitely people out there that agree with me, but for the most part I feel like a lot of people are anti that kind of energy, and they're like, no, 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 you should stay alive, you should keep fighting no matter what. Why? Why should I keep fighting for something that's never gonna turn out, just for it to maybe turn out a little bit for me? Just to get some glimmer of hope that this thing was worth it. When it really didn't matter in the end, anyways. So, yeah, I don't. To sum that up, I don't really plan to stay alive for a long, long time. And I don't know. It's hard to talk about, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this stuff on YouTube, but I'll just say this. Especially the past few weeks, something that's been helping me is knowing that I can have an exit strategy for this world. I don't have to stay here, you know what I mean? If I don't like this, I don't have to keep doing it. Simple as that. So, and if that's the route I take, then it doesn't matter how many cigarettes I smoke. Not that I'm trying to add to that or just be reckless, but it doesn't matter. And if I was holding back, then by the time I got to my final moment, I'd be like, man, well, based on taking this route, I kind of wish I didn't hold back on some of those things because it didn't matter in the end. And that would be the same case if I live a long life and die like naturally too, where it's like, oh, well, I held back, and maybe that got me to this point, but it didn't matter in the end. It all goes away at the end, so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with cigarettes, but I like it better than vaping because once it's out, I'm not gonna go back for it. I'm not gonna smoke the butts and be like, oh, you know, maybe I'll get something from that. I mean, I think people do that sometimes, but for me, that's just it's a much lower chance that I'll do that than me picking up a vape that has no juice in it and hitting it and getting that burnt taste and nothing from it either, you know, besides maybe a headache. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I go out on my balcony or outside at work. That's another thing I like about it too, is like you got to go outside. It's like slightly inconvenient to smoke. Although I like going outside, so it's not bad. I like the break from my normal life. So I don't know. It's just different at the end of the day. It's a different way to smoke. I didn't really quit anything, but yeah, I'm not vaping now. So that's good, I guess. I just picked up a worse version of it. But I feel like it's also like I was thinking this last night. I wasn't about to say this, but it feels a little more adult than vaping. Vaping just kind of feels like childish to me anymore. Maybe because I've done it so long and I did it when I was like in high school till now. So cigarettes feels like a more mature like step up, but then it also feels more honest where it's like everything you hear about cigarettes is that it's bad. But with vaping, a lot of what you hear is like, oh yeah, it's not good, but it's much better than cigarettes, which I don't necessarily believe. Even if the science correlates with that, I think it's almost hard to compare the two. They're both bad for you. But yeah, for the time being, I've chosen that. And I guess I'll go down this rabbit hole. I used to smoke weed a lot. Still do, kind of, although I'm really trying to quit. But I wanted to quit both and just, I don't know, drink coffee or whatever. I don't really drink, so I don't have that to kick. But all my smoking habits I've wanted to quit for whatever reason. I don't really know why. I guess I feel like it'll make me a better person, but I don't think it will. I think it'll make me like angrier. And yeah. I don't know. Keeps my mind clear when I'm like sober, but there's a lot I'm not happy with, so that just comes to surface even more. Which is good because then I can act on those things. That's what I like, I guess. That's, I think, why I wanted to, is just so I could like really act on things and improve my life or make the changes I need to make. But I can't do that if I'm relaxed by whatever I'm smoking. So, but yeah, I was trying to quit smoking weed and vapes. And that's really hard to do, especially when you don't have a lot else going for you to keep you busy, you know what I mean? And although I've been here for like, I don't know, 6 months now in this new apartment, it's still like new and shocking to me in a way, just how alone I am in this apartment versus where I was before. And, you know, I don't have a lot of people to make plans with, and it just makes it harder to not want to do that stuff. And that's also kind of like a conflicting thing for me, where it's like, if this is gonna be my life for the rest of it, and I'm just gonna be alone, I'm not really gonna have a lot of friends or anyone to make plans with, I'm not gonna find a partner, then yeah, I don't care what I do to get through the time. Just get through it, I guess. Which goes back to giving up, where it's like, why? If that's my reality, is just getting through it, then I can get through it really fast by just accelerating the end, you know? And I do want to make a video more about that, about giving up, more specifically, and what I think about it, what my plans are. But like I said, I don't know if you can talk about that stuff on YouTube, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I quit vaping in like December and started smoking cigarettes. Just, I feel like it's better, more balanced, and it gives my body and my lungs more time to recover, even though it's worse for me. Because I'm only doing it like every 6 hours or so, or whatever. Whatever 3 times a day would be. Like one smoke in the morning, halfway through the day, and before bed. So for right now, I think it's better. It's not, but it's working better for me in terms of just being more healthy, although not really. But yeah, I'm just kind of talking in circles, so let's move on. I quit smoking weed. Like, I haven't smoked real weed since I moved out from my ex and all that, because we smoked pretty heavily. And that's also something I wanted to quit a long time ago, and I had actually quit right before I got together with my ex. And then I ended up picking it back up again because she did it. And I guess I didn't really care. This is my struggle with it, where it's like, if I'm alone, I don't care what I do. You know what I mean? And if I'm with someone else that does it, then yeah, I don't care that I do it. But I guess the reason I want to quit is because I feel like I'm going to meet people, like I'm going to make friends or find a partner that doesn't do it. And so I don't want to have that issue where it's like hard to quit, but I don't want to do it anyways because no one around me does it. But if people around me are doing this thing, then I don't really care. But yeah, so I quit for one, because it's like I don't really have a way to get it. Shit is illegal in my state, so that's fun. And didn't have a way to get it. Financially, can't really afford to do that. Like, that was the thing with vapes too, is like I can't afford to keep buying vapes and going through them so fast. But in a way, I guess maybe now, just because I changed habits, I can afford cigarettes in my budget a little easier and like plan it out. It's easier to ration them, so to speak. But with a vape, you don't really see where you're at on it, so it's hard to ration. And yeah, so I couldn't really get it financially, didn't have anyone to get it from. And it's illegal in my state, so it's not easy to find all those things anyways. It's not that hard. If I really wanted to, I could. But yeah, so I didn't do it for a while. And then my Christmas break thing happened, where I was gonna be alone in my house for a month straight. And I was like, I don't really want to be sober and angry through that the whole time. So I did a really stupid thing, and I do think this was stupid. I don't know. I got enjoyment from it, but it's the same enjoyment every time. It's not, and nothing changes. Nothing gets better. Nothing, just makes you feel okay in your present situation, even though it's not a good situation. And that's not good. But yeah, I got a shitty Delta 8 vape because that's the only thing legally I can buy in my state. And hit that. I don't even know what's in this, and I don't think it's the same. I think it's a lot worse for you, probably. The feeling is different. But yeah, I got one of those, and then it ran out like right before the end of break, and I got paid, which I was talking about in my last video where I spent a bunch of money and I shouldn't have. One of the things I got was another Delta 8 vape. And so it's hard to quit when you have that stuff around you. Like here, I won't show the logo, but there it is. Stupid vape. And this one's like 5 fucking grams. So it's lasting forever. I'm just trying to finish it at this point, get through it. And then I don't want to buy another one after that. Just be done with it. Just go back to just cigarettes, because that's nicer. And coffee. Yeah, we don't care about coffee. But yeah, and I bought that. That was like $50 too. And I was like, that's way too much fucking money that I don't have to spend right now. And just a side note, this is a very rambly video. Like I said, I didn't plan anything. I didn't even know what I was going to be talking about going into this video. It just kind of happened. It's how this channel is sometimes. This is my third video. And really, the main reason I wanted to make a video is because it's my weekend. I went through my first week of work, back in normal business, and on the days where I'm working, I feel like I don't have the most time to record videos. I do. I could record it before work or after work. I have a few hours before I go to bed and when I wake up, but it's easier to record on my days off. Obviously, I have today and tomorrow off, and yeah, so I kind of just wanted to make a video because I have time to, and I don't really have anything else to do. So yeah, sorry for the disjointed video, but most of them are gonna be that way probably, because why not? We can do that. Someone yelling outside my apartment. Not at me though. And yeah, so trying to quit both, but it's really hard when you're depressed about your situation and just overall not happy in life, and I don't know, you want a little bit of fake happiness just to feel okay. So you find these things. And yeah, I don't know, there's not much else to say about it. It's not something that I'm like proud of, obviously. I don't condone any of the things I do. Seriously. And I wish I didn't do them. I wish I never got into them. But I'm glad that, I don't know, I guess I'm glad I want to do better in that way, and that I think about these things at least. It's present in my mind. So the chance is there. I just got to take it and really go for it. But yeah. Work went good this week, I guess. And I found a job I might apply to. And it pays more. But with the weed thing, I'm always worried about drug tests, especially in my state. So, I don't know, I'm hesitant. But I should just put an application in, it doesn't really matter. Not like I agree with drug testing for things like that anyways, it doesn't really matter. And as long as you're not doing it at work or it's not affecting your job performance, then I don't think it should be an issue. But people make it an issue, and I accept that for what it is. So yeah, but work went good, and yeah, other than that, my financial situation, I haven't made a full video on that, and I do want to make one, but my situation got a little bit worse just because my electric bill has been really expensive this past month, and this next month is going to be just as expensive, if not more. Even though I tried to like change things in my apartment to make it cheaper. I think it's just the winter prices of keeping the heat on. Even though I turned it down to the minimum temperature now that I can have it at, according to my apartment. But it's too expensive and it's crushing me. Along with some of the reckless decisions I made financially in my whole past, but especially this month. It's actually to the point where I'm not paying $40 of my electric bill until next term, when I get enough money so I can hopefully pay that off. And yeah, I hope that they don't shut off my electricity. for that, because I need that money for like gas and cat food. But I'm trying to hold on to it too, just in case they do shut it off, so I can pay that and get it back on. But I need it, so it's tough. But yeah, I don't know, I'm probably just gonna end the video here. It'll just be that. But how are you guys doing? You know, wherever this video, whenever this video finds you, how is your life going? What are things you're working on? Yeah, let me know.